Hello everyone, my name is Trisha, a member of the Investor Relations team at Azalea. A very warm welcome to the Astra 7 Management Presentation video. For Astra 7, we are offering Class A1 bonds and Class B bonds to retail investors. Azalea is committed to investor education. This management presentation recording is to help investors understand the Astra 7 PE bonds before investing. Please take a moment to review the risk statement associated with investing in Astra 7 PE bonds. The prospectus in respect of the offering by Astra 7 Private Limited of the Class A1 bonds and Class B bonds in Singapore can be downloaded from the Astra 7 website, or you can collect it from selected DBS POSB branches during operating hours until close of offer. Anyone wishing to acquire the Class A1 bonds and/or Class B bonds will need to make an application in the manner set out in the prospectus. This advertisement or publication has not been reviewed by the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Our legal disclaimer for this presentation is shown on this slide. Before I introduce our speakers and agenda, please allow me to share what we are offering retail investors in our Astra 7 Class A1 bonds and Class B bonds. For the public offer of Class A1 bonds for retail investors, the bonds have a fixed interest per annum, payable semi-annually. The Class A1 bonds have a legal maturity of 10 years, with a mandatory call at the end of year 5 if conditions are met, such as there being sufficient reserves to redeem the bonds. Their scheduled call date is in 2027, the 5th anniversary of the bond's issuance. If the Class A1 bonds are not redeemed on their scheduled call date, there will be a one-time 1% step-up in the interest rate. I'm pleased to announce that for the first time, retail investors will be able to subscribe to Class B bonds. For the public offer of Class B bonds for retail investors, the bonds have a fixed interest rate per annum, payable semi-annually. The Class B bonds have a legal maturity of 10 years, with a mandatory call at the end of year 6 if conditions are met, such as there being sufficient reserves to redeem the bonds. Their scheduled call date is in 2028, the 6th anniversary of the bond's issuance. If the Class B bonds are not redeemed on their scheduled call date, there will also be a one-time 1% step-up in the interest rate. We would like to highlight that you may apply for both Class A1 and Class B bonds during the offer period. This means that you can make one application for Class A1 bonds and another separate application for Class B bonds in the manner set out in the prospectus. We will elaborate more on this in the later part of the presentation. For now, let me introduce the speakers for this presentation. The first speaker is Chief Executive Officer of Azalea, Ms. Margaret Lui. She has been in Azalea since its inception in 2015 and has led the team through the Astrea and Altram transactions. Previously, she was with Temasek since 1985 in various investment roles, with her last appointment being Senior Managing Director. Prior to joining Azalea, she was Chief Operating Officer for 2 of Temasek's affiliate companies. Our second speaker is Mr. Chew En Yao. He is the Chief Investment Officer at Azalea. He has been deeply involved in the Astra platform since 2014, including Astra 4, the first listed retail PE bond on SGX in 2018. He was previously a senior member of the private equity fund investments team with Temasek, covering fund relationships in Asia, as well as global secondaries. In this video, Margaret will be sharing more about Azalea, as well as a short segment to explain what private equity, or PE, is all about. Yao will be giving an overview of Astra 7 and the key risks involved. I will then wrap up with the key takeaways from this management presentation. We will be holding a live management presentation event. Margaret and Yao will be there in person to answer questions you may have about the Astra 7 public offer of Class A1 bonds and Class B bonds. You may sign up for the event by scanning the QR code or via the link shown on the screen. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this presentation.